Going good, man. Hey, so I'm an employee here at Augusta, and I have a couple questions on regarding the P for P.
Cool. Go for it.
And when I go looking at it from my perspective, my base pay is always averaging higher than my pay for performance.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that shouldn't make sense. From what I got told in my onboarding packet is that I should be making more money on my P for P, but instead I'm having 8-hour days where my base pay is 155.81 or whatever for the day, and my pay for performance is only 67.82.
Got it.
Like, and that's a regular thing. But I've been busting out my jobs in the allotted times and the broken down decimal hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, like, is there something that I'm doing wrong?
First off, let me commend you for the way you phrased that question. Like, you're first looking inward and trying to understand before you go out and judge the system. So kudos to you for calling in and like actually trying to understand this. And I'm going to answer you. And I would also say, go talk to your owner, because they will break this down even better for you, because they'll actually take your paycheck from, say, yesterday and show you on the dispatch board what jobs were completed and how this all breaks down. My first thing is the locate, because I know Brent started 2 locations. Is the one you're starting, is it the brand new one? Like, is it brand new?
Yes.
Got it.
The one in St. George, correct.
So the one in St. George, how many, do you know approximately how many mowing customers they have right now?
I want to say we got I've handed out at least 1,000 door hangers, and we've gotten, I know I've went to personally 10 houses that I know that I've put door hangers on and done. So we have probably about 80 mow accounts now.
Okay. So this is the challenge with the new locations. And what was your name again? Sorry.
Dallin.
Salin?
Yes, Dallin Davis.
Okay, got it. So when we have a new location, it is usually the first year until we get over 100 accounts. It's tough to make P for P, like above base pay, mostly due to the fact that there's just not great route density, which means you're driving a lot. It also means you're, like what you just said, you're doing door hangers. Well, when you're doing door hangers, there's not revenue being produced. So it's hard to make P for P if no revenue is being produced, right? And so if I was in your shoes, I'd be like, okay, we need to get more jobs in a specific area so that when I stop my truck, I knock out 3 or 4 lawns instead of just one. Because that's when you can make a lot of money on P for P, because there's no drive time. And so what's killing you right now on P for P is that you're driving, let's just call it 10 miles in a route to get done all of your jobs for the day. Down the road, and I would venture to believe at their first location in Cedar Rapids, or Cedar City, I bet that they probably travel 2 miles or 3 miles for that same crew to do all their jobs for the day, which means you're driving probably 20% of your day is just loading up your truck and driving around. So even if you kick butt on budget hours, like on the job, like, hey, it says 0.75 budget hours and I did it in 0.6. Great. But if that takes you another 20 minutes to get to the next job and then 10 minutes to get to the next job after that, it doesn't matter about budget hours on the job, because you're still only able to complete, let's just call it 5 or 6 budget hours in the day out of an 8 or 9 hour day that you've clocked in. So this is the number I want you to calculate for yourself. This is the number I want you to calculate, all right?
Okay.
Take all the budget hours you complete in a day on a route and add them up. Okay. So you're going to say like, okay, 0.75, 0.5, 0.6 budget hours for all these mow jobs.
Would my Copilot app do that for me though too?
Your P for P app will. Are you in P for P in the app yet?
Okay. Yeah, I'm in P for P and Copilot.
Cool. So Brent probably hasn't connected the two yet, but probably in a week or two, he probably will, because we're adding a little more functionality. And when he does that, you're actually going to see before the day starts, you're going to see how much revenue you're going to produce. And as you complete the jobs in Copilot, you will see them getting completed in P for P and see like a thermometer of how much revenue you're making. So when that happens, it'll make a lot more sense.
That is a cool feature.
But here,
that is way cool.
I want to give you what you can do now, and what you're going to do is add up those budget hours for the day. So you got 0.75, you got 0.5, you got 0.6, all those, right? Let's say that it adds up to 6 budgeted hours. Okay. Then what I want you to do is divide that number by how many hours you clocked for the day. Right? Let's say you complete 6 budget hours for the day, but you had 10 clocked hours, like you work from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So now we got 6 budgeted hours and we have 10 clocked hours. Do you follow so far?
Yes, so, I'm following. I'm writing this down too.
Cool. So what I want you to do is do budget hours, or BH, divided by clocked hours. And so in this case, it'd be 6 divided by 10. And if you do 6 divided by 10, it comes out to 0.6 or 60%.
Yeah.
That's what we call the efficiency score.
Oh.
And that's what you're seeing on your report on a daily basis. You'll get that percentage, like efficiency score.
Yeah.
That's how that number is being calculated. Now, this is what I will tell you.
Okay.
If you're able to consistently be above 70 to 80% efficiency score, you will make a bonus on P4P.
Okay.
And the reason now it's tough to hit above that number is because you have a lot of drive time due to the fact that your jobs are very spread out. So because they're allowing you to do door hangers, what I would recommend is do your very best to get a lot of jobs in one spot. Because when you come around and do those lawns, you won't have to do much drive time, and you can have like a 90% efficiency score because you can actually knock all the jobs out without all the extra space in between.
So lawn density area is what I'm looking for.
You got it. And Brent knows that. And that's why we try to focus on smaller areas for marketing, probably compared to his first location, because the second is his first one with Augusta. And so he's trying to do that. And he knows it's tough for you to make above base pay. So this is what I would do. If I was you, if you did what you just did and called in and tried to understand P4P, use that, go to the owner, go to Brent and be like, hey, I learned this. Can I do the door hangers in this specific neighborhood? Can I, if I was you, every single time you do a new lawn, I'd be doing the 2 or 3 neighbors around that property with a door hanger, and ask Brent if you can do an instant quote.
That.
Yeah, ask him, does he allow you to do instant quotes or not yet?
Yes, I have the door hangers that have the instant quote on them, and he has given me the Google Earth lookouts of the yards to judge prices.
Yep. Fantastic. So I would just say your goal should be route density, so you don't have to do drive time, because that's what's probably killing you. And you want as many jobs as possible in a given area. And then what you want to do is go ask your manager, whether it be the GM or Brent, and say, hey, look, how can I be more efficient? And what they're probably going to point to, I'm just going to guess, is yes, the drive time, but also in the morning. For example, from the time you clock in, the time you are actually, the blades are turning on the job, for some people, that's an hour and a half or more, which means they clock in at 7 o'clock and it's 8:30 by the time they actually are making money. And on P4P, until the blades are turning, you're not making money. And so what I would recommend is start timing yourself from the moment you clock in, at the job, at the office, to the time you're on the job, actually making money. Because on P4P, you're making money if the business is making money, which means we want to get to that first job as fast as possible. And so track that and track budget hours divided by clocked hours. And I think if you just can track it for a week or two, you'll start to see, that lined up, that report yesterday, I did make above base pay. I did make a bonus. And you'll start to get better and better at knowing exactly what that number is. Does that all make a little bit of sense?
Okay. Yes, absolutely, man. Thank you so much, dude. I'm honestly about to go in and brag to everybody I know that I got to speak on the phone to you.
No, kudos to you for your mentality, and I appreciate you being a part of Augusta Nation, brother. Take care.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
You got it. All right, bye.